oceanstay.com to enter.
Good morning and welcome to the program. I'm your host, Jim Vincent. We have a very interesting program for you this morning. In our first segment, we have Steve Porter. He's a community outreach specialist with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Ocean State. And in our second segment, we're going to be talking with Erica Winters, who's the coach, and Ariana Alba, who's one of the cheerleaders of the West Elmwood Intruders. And they're going on to a national competition, so we're going to talk with them shortly. Let's get right into the first segment with our first-time guest, Steve Porter. Welcome to the program, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
You're going to be back on because Big Brothers and Big Sisters is a great organization, and we want to make sure we tell everyone all the good stuff you guys are doing. Okay, so Steve, you told me off camera you're a native Rhode Islander. You're from West Greenwich.
Grew up in West Greenwich, yeah.
URI, and pretty much have been in the Ocean State for, I guess, your whole life. So you're really dedicated to our state, and now you're a specialist, community outreach specialist with Big Brothers. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing this about a year and a half.
Okay.
I joined the organization a year and a half ago because it's just a great group, and it does exactly what needs to be done in the area.
Okay, but how long has the organization existed?
It was founded in 1967. I think most people would know us as Big Sisters of Rhode Island.
Okay.
And back then, they started by providing mentors for the women, for the girls in their program. And it was only a couple of years ago, when the services expanded to start to include a lot more boys, that they changed their name to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Ocean State to reflect that change.
Oh, so I didn't know that. So it was Big Sisters for all those years, 40 years, I guess, 44 years.
For a very long time, yeah.
Very long time, and just only recently have the boys come in.
Correct.
Okay, all right, well that's definitely different, because usually it's the other way around. You have these organizations of boys, and then you have the girls coming in. In more recent years, but this started with girls. Okay. Now, what services exactly does Big Brothers, Big Sisters provide? We
provide mentoring services. We'll provide a big brother or a big sister to a boy or girl who's aged between the ages of 7 and 15. And that mentor helps them, maybe goes out and has a pizza with them, plays basketball, helps them with homework, and just becomes that role model in their life.
All right, so obviously there's an impact, but what kind of impact do you see mentoring having in a child's life, just philosophically?
It really has. It's profound. When you're a child and there's no one there for you, you don't have anyone to look up to, you don't have anybody to ask a question, you're still going to go look for those answers, and you're not going to always look for them in the right place.
Right.
So when you have that big brother, that big sister who is looking out for you, even if they're not there all the time, you know that that child knows they're there. And the impact is profound. They're going to do better in school. They're more likely to complete their education. They're more likely to have just good self-confidence. And above everything else, they're going to make better decisions in what they do day to day.
Well, I'm sold, and I've heard about the organization for the years, and I know, there's so many people out there that, so many kids, younger people looking for, adult figures, because in some cases they don't have them in their own family.
Right.
Some people have nobody. I mean, it's not just parents, they don't have uncles, they don't have aunts. It's just really a bad situation, and they have as much talent as anybody out here, as much as anybody. We can't waste anybody, any individual. So, you're providing a tremendous service. Now, you're located exactly where?
Well, our corporate office, our home office, is in Cranston on Pontiac Avenue. And we also operate a couple of satellite donation centers, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a minute, where people can drop off clothes and household items. One in Middletown and another we just opened in Cumberland.
Okay, so this is a statewide program?
It is a statewide program.
Statewide program based in Cranston, okay. Now, okay, so we're going to try to get some mentors for you. Okay, that's what this is. What's the time commitment to becoming a mentor? Is there a specific minimum, or is there how do you operate? That's
probably the most commonly asked question. First, we ask for at least a year commitment. And it sounds like a long time, but as you know, time flies. Because we don't want to match a big with a little and then have the big have to leave after a month or two. I mean, you can imagine how heartbreaking
sure, the expectation is just so high, and then all of a sudden they're gone.
So we ask for that year's commitment. That scares people a little bit. But what we do tell people is that the actual time it takes is negligible. It's only a few hours every week or two. And we don't ask you to set that time aside. What we ask you to do instead is incorporate what you already do for fun. You might like to play basketball, you might like to go to the library, you might like to do movies on the weekend. So instead of doing that alone, incorporate what you're already doing with a child, with a little sister or little brother, who'll come along and benefit from your...
And that sounds really reasonable, because in the course of a week, I mean, there's got to be a couple of hours that you're doing something that you like to do that you can share with somebody.
Exactly.
It's got to be.
We all have hobbies, we all have interests.
Absolutely. Well, so what's the process of becoming a mentor? How do you volunteer? Do you get a call you, or how does it work?
I'd love it if they called me. You can call our office or find us on the web. And the first thing that'll happen is we'll send you some information to kind of give you more detailed background on how the program works and what the expectations are. From that point, you'll meet with one of our program coordinators, and there is some paperwork. There's always paperwork. But we want to make sure we do the appropriate background screenings and background checks, which, in this day and age have to be done.
Absolutely.
So it does take a little time. So sometimes people are impatient. They're very excited to get going. But at that point, you'll meet with our program coordinators. And a lot of the discussion then revolves around expectations. We're not a babysitting service. We're not a dating service. We're a big brother, big sister mentoring program. And it's important for the system to work to know that not only does the child and the mentor have the same expectations, but so does the parent. Because in nearly every case, that child might be a single parent household, but that parent is also involved in that child's well-being. So everybody needs to have the same expectations about what's going to happen. And when that happens, it can be quite magical.
You mentioned the parents. I'm just curious, in terms of the parents, what is there a profile of the kind of parents that are looking to have this service, big brothers, big sisters?
Not really a profile, because we work with all parts of the state. There seems to be more of an urban need than a rural need, perhaps, but I think that's more economics. That's where the unemployment rates are the hardest. That's where the economy's on its ear more often than not. So we do tend to, and that's where more people live. So we tend to have more probably of an urban need than maybe a rural need, but there are families all over the state.
And they call you up, and they says, hey, I have a son or a daughter, can you help me?
Exactly right. And the bad news is they then probably might end up on a waiting list. And that's why we go out and do programs like this and try to talk to the public and let them know that we need mentors, we need volunteers to help these kids.
Because if you have enough mentors, then you have no waiting list. And then kids, their expectations are fueled, because all of a sudden they're joining the program, and next thing you know, the mentor is there within a reasonable amount of time.
There's nothing worse for us than to have that phone call that says, "Is my big brother? Do I have a big brother or a big sister yet?"
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, after a period of time, the interest could wane, or anything could happen, and that life could be turned around, in a negative way. That it could have been very positive if that matchup would have been a little bit sooner. So yeah. So we're going to keep promoting this, not just with this show. We're going to have you come on. We're going to make sure that we get as many mentors as possible, because I know the need is really out there. Now, what kind of things do big brothers and little brothers, or big sisters
and sisters
and all of that? What kinds of things do they do usually?
They get together, as I said, a few hours every week or two. They might play basketball, they might go to a movie, they might go to the library. They'll do some activity that both the big and the little can enjoy. We'll have people come to us and they say, I'm completely boring, I don't do anything. I don't have any hobbies like that I could bring a little out to.
Who's like that? Everybody's got something.
So what we do to solve that problem is we have our own our organization also creates some events. We might do something as basic as maybe a Halloween party, or a Christmas party or holiday party, and bring all the bigs and littles together, because kids like having other kids around.
Yeah.
It also works as kind of a support group for the bigs too, as they can communicate and talk to each other. In addition, we'll go to Paw Sox games or Providence Bruins games. They've been horseback riding and seal watching.
Oh, that's great.
As a group.
Yeah, that's great. That's great stuff.
When you want something really interesting to do with your little, we can also come up with some fun things to do.
All right, we got about 4 minutes to go, so I want to talk about the Big Couples Mentoring Program. It's new. What is it?
It is. Well, the Big Couples, we have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that one-on-one mentoring works, but we know in this day and age, one person needs more help sometimes. So in anyone who is married or in a civil union, you can bring your spouse or your partner in and become a mentor for that child.
But this is new.
This is a new program. We're just starting to accept couples now into the program. And people are very excited by this because there's a perception that once you're married, you wouldn't go do something like that.
Now, what brought this on? Why did you feel the need to bring this new program in?
We wanted to stay creative because we have that waiting list and we can ask and ask and ask, but we want to come up with some real productive, pragmatic solutions to solving that list and getting these kids mentors.
Things are changing all the time, so you got to stay ahead of it. Now, how do you get your funding? What's your funding look like?
Well, we're supported certainly by individual donations, corporate donations, and at this time of year, if anyone has that thought that they're looking for a nonprofit to support as they get to the end of the year,
Brothers, Big Sisters,
we're the
is a
best
good one. That's right, you're the best. That's right.
But we also operate donation centers, and most people know Big Sisters or Big Brothers, Big Sisters as that organization that calls you and asks for your clothing and household items, and we send our trucks around to pick them up. So that's also a great way to support the organization, because not only are we using that clothing, for families at times, but it also supports our organization with funding, and it goes through our retail partnership that we have with the Savers stores.
Okay.
And then it's sold back to the community at very low prices.
Sure. It's a
that people can
win-win-win.
afford, so everybody wins.
Now, you have one site in Middletown, you said, and another site where?
We have a drop-off location in Middletown on West Main Road, which we opened this spring, and a second one in Cumberland.
In Cumberland.
That just opened a few weeks ago.
All right, so Middletown and Cumberland, those are important sites because it helps fuel the organization in terms of the funding.
Exactly right.
Absolutely. All right, so if somebody wanted to find out more information on Big Brothers, Big Sisters, what would you tell them?
Probably the best thing to do is go to our website, bbbsos.org, and all the information is on there. And if there are any questions on there that doesn't answer, just shoot us a quick email, give us a phone call. We'd be happy to talk and explain how it all works.
Now, you told me you've been doing this about a year, and you also said you're involved in a lot of other things. So what brought you to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters? What's your story?
This is a mission that needs to be known, I guess. When I looked at what they needed, and as far as I do a lot of marketing and outreach, it was just a perfect match for what I do and what I like to do. And I've always had that helper gene where I need to help people and help organizations. And
You too?
It just really fit in. Yeah, you're stuck with me in that club, I guess.
I feel you. But anyway, no, it's good. It's good, and it's really good to help our young folks because, it's tougher and tougher out here. Things have changed since we were growing up, and in order to have that help, by that older person that has been there that can just talk to them.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be as much of the activities. Just have somebody that you can talk to.
And sometimes, even if you're not there to talk to, it's that presence. It's that person that there's somebody there and they care about what you think and what you're going to do.
And I know that you've done studies. This has made the difference in so many people's lives that if you weren't there, they would not be doing what they're doing. And some of these people are doing phenomenally. And I'm sure there's some of our leaders in our state and captains of industry or whatever, they probably even tell you that they had a mentor. They might even been in this program. And it's just so important.
And if you talk to anyone, any little that's come through the program or big who's come through the program and worked with a little, they'll tell you it's life-changing.
And you probably have some of your mentors that have been through the program as littles.
Oh, absolutely.
So they come back.
They come back.
Right.
And sometimes we'll throw a fundraiser, and the big will come with their little, but their little is now 20, 30 years older than they were when they started out, because that relationship often lasts a lifetime.
Well, that's really interesting. Well, Steve, this is great. We want to make sure we get as many mentors as possible. So for those folks that have been listening, we don't want littles, as you call them, little brothers and little sisters, to have to wait. It's just, a waiting list, is something that should be on for adults, but not for children. Children shouldn't have to wait for something so basic as to have somebody to be able to talk to or to go to activities with. I remember, I think when I was in Boston, somehow I was matched up with somebody in the military, and they took me to the Red Sox game. I might have been 9 years old, so I still remember that.
Yeah.
So I to the extent that that person reached out to me, that was impactful.
It makes a difference.
So anyway, Steve, this has been great. Steve Porter, Community Outreach Specialist, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Ocean State. This is your first time on, but it won't be your last because this is very important for our community.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's Steve Porter, and he's the Community Outreach Specialist. And for those of you who are looking to help your community, the NAACP Providence branch is calling on you. We meet the third Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. at 883 Eddy Street, which is the Prince Hall Masonic Lodge in Providence. And we're looking to have people that really want to give back to their community join us. It's very simple. Either call me at 261-0174, 261-0174, or reach me via email, jvincent577@gmail.com, jvincent577@gmail.com.